I'd like to call this meeting for the city of San Juan at 6 p.m. May we rise for invocation. Mr. Juan, can you lead us, sir?
Yes, please bow our heads. Heavenly Father, continue today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us engage in meaningful discussion. Allow us to grow closer as a group and nurture the bonds of our community. Fill us with your grace, Lord God, and continue to remind us that all that we do
Raise the flag for pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Ms. Brenda, do we have public comments at this time? No? All right. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, Mayor, Commissioners, good evening, staff, community. The first item that we have on the agenda is under presentations. We have a presentation of the Texas Amateur Athletic Federation Local Athletes of the Year. With us, we have Mr. Patrick Willingham, Ramiro Moreno, Ruben Ojaro.
Good evening, Commission, Mayor,
Good evening,
Pro Tem, Mr. Arjona. On behalf of the City of San Juan Parks and Recreation Department, I'm here to actually announce our 2023 male and female athletes of the year in regards to our TAF program, which are summer track meet. With us today, we've got two individuals that have been selected as the outstanding athletes for our City of San Juan program. As you all know, it's never easy to make that decision due to the fact that we have so many participants and so many great athletes that they do come along our program, but we've narrowed it down to two individuals this year. The two individuals that were receiving this award is Ms. Giselle Hernandez and Mr. Osiel Cantu. Okay. Commission, Mayor Garza, these athletes have showed what it means to be hard workers, their dedication to their sport, and always striving for excellence is unmatched. These two individuals, like I said, they represent the City of San Juan in every aspect that we can ask them to do, from being, up early in these hot mornings, workouts twice a day. Again, just striving for excellence. I mean, it's basically the role model, the role athlete that we try to look for. And, based on their upbringings, as you can see today, you'll meet their parents. It wasn't an easy decision, but we do know it was the right decision. So I'd like to congratulate these individuals. First, I'd like to ask Ms. Giselle and her parents to please come up. And just a little bit of bio of Ms. Hernandez. Ms. Hernandez, or Giselle, competed in the 14U division in the 800-meter run and the long jump. Okay, she's the daughter of Mr. Yamin and Elizabeth Hernandez of San Juan. And she is a product of the Raul Esguerra Middle School. She's been involved in our programs for several years now. And, being a part of any one of our two junior highs, we have so much talent. So she is currently a freshman at Piaget North. Okay, so she is at the high school level now. So, based on her performance this year, on July 6th and 7th at the TAF Regional Meet, which was held here in McAllen, Giselle placed second in the long jump and had a third place finish in 800-meter run. And I think we both know, running long distance is not easy for, especially myself. But with that performance, she did qualify to the state games, and this year the state games were held in Brownsville. Okay, and at I think we all know it hasn't been an easy summer in regards to heat. I think Brownsville did an excellent job in regards to getting the heats done, getting the kids in and out as soon as possible. And I'd like to take my hats off and thank our staff for doing it as well. But at the state meet, Giselle finished 23rd in the long jump. Okay, and again, this is the entire state of Texas attending it, so it's a large group of participants. And she finished at 8th place in the 800-meter run. Okay, so we're proud of her, and we just like to congratulate her, thank her for representing the city well, and her hard work and dedication really shows. So without further ado, I'd like to present Ms. Giselle Hernandez. Take a picture of her real quick.
One, two, three.
Here's what I found.
It's been a long day. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay, now we'd like to introduce our male athlete of the year, Mr. Osiel Cantu. Osiel Cantu, good kid. We could all sum it up in one word: great kid. I've had the privilege and the honor to know him for several years now, and his parents. Okay, they come from good people, good business people. They are from San Juan. Osiel competed in the 18U division. He's a senior. He's a current senior at PSJ High. He has participated in our programs for many, many years now as a young boy, growing up to the ranks. And now he's a senior. Okay, he is a product of Austin Middle School. Okay, and again, Osiel, as you can tell, he's not the biggest boy out there, and he's not the rah-rah type of kid. If you're lucky to get 2 or 3 words out of him, that's probably as much as you're going to get. But one thing about him is he's got the heart of a lion. I've seen this boy participate, with much older boys. His work ethic is unmatched. I've seen him grow, especially the hurdles, which is what he participated in this year. He worked his tail off to get where he's at. So every bit of recognition that he is getting, he does deserve. Okay, and again, it's a product of his family, his upbringing. But like as mentioned, Osiel is a product of San Juan. He is currently a senior at PSJ High School. He's a son of Mr. and Mrs. Luis and Marta Ochoa. This is mom right here. Now on July 6th and 7th at the TAF Regional Meet, which was held here in McAllen, Osiel placed second in the 110-meter hurdles and second place in the 300-meter hurdles. Okay, that's the 2 events he's been striving for, practicing for the last several years, so he did very well. He did qualify to go to the regional games again, the state meet again. And there at the state meet in Brownsville, Osiel placed 4th in the 110-meter hurdles and a 4th place finish in the 300. Okay, and he did medal. But again, the finish was a photo finish just to get into 3rd. And again, not even there was photo finishes from 1st to 4th. We're talking about a split second of and competing with many individuals from throughout the state of Texas. So we're very proud of him. One thing before I leave, I'd like to note this about Osiel is, his future's bright, okay? He likes to sit, listen, and learn. And then just like I said, his work ethic is unmatched. One thing that I do like to note is this year he actually assisted our program as a coach. He's one of our first participant coaches that was out there. It's just being a hurdler is very difficult to specialize in, and especially finding someone that knows that. So he did help coach, per se, our younger athletes that wanted to learn how to hurdle. So we welcomed him with open arms. He put on his coaching cap for 2-3 hours, and he took it off, and next thing you know, he's running 300 hurdles, competing. But that's the type of individual that he is, and we welcome in the city of San Juan. Okay, so again, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our male athlete of the year, Ms. Josel Cantu.
Alex, get in here. Awesome.
To conclude the presentation, again, like I
City Commission, our city.
your support of our programs. We've been working hard, including our staff, to put San Juan on the map in regards to not only athletics, but every other program we do. And again, it wouldn't be possible without your guys' support. I'd like to thank Mr. Ramiro Moreno, who is our athletic supervisor, and Alex Lopez, but also Ram is the Region 2 director as well, so he deals hands in hands with the TAF Association. So he does a great job. Alex does a great job, and so do our part-timers and our assistant coaches. So I'd like to thank you for another tremendous year, and we're looking forward to the next one. Good night.
Congratulations. Mr. Guajardo, I'd just like to make a comment in reference to, the programs that we have here at the City of San Juan. Obviously, the city knows, the community, that the mission is very supportive when it comes to our youth sports. We're there for them, and we'll always be there for them. Also, I want to thank your grounds crew, your guys that are out there day in and day out. We can pass by all our fields, and they're in tip-top. We do need a little work on, obviously, like some fencing, but that can come down the road. But as far as keeping the parks manicured and up to par, we're getting a lot of good comments in reference to that. So you guys keep up the good work. Thank you, gentlemen, for all your hard work. Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Juan.
Yes, Mayor, Commissioner, moving on. Presentation, we have a presentation on departmental reports. Tonight we have the Department of Planning and Zoning, the Department of Parks and Recreation, Department of Sanitation, and San Juan Memorial Library. I would say that everybody's here present. I'm sure you have any questions for them.
Yes, any questions for the directors at this time?
Yes, Mayor, I have a comment.
Go ahead, sir.
Aside from the reports, I did want to congratulate the staff for our National Night Out. Y'all did a tremendous job, each and every one of you. Each department played a crucial part. I know especially it was PD and our PAL with our Parks and Rec, but also the staff that was out there, not only that day in that 120-degree heat, but also leading up, all the work that was done, the legwork that was done to bring in the sponsorships. So I want to thank y'all for a job very well done. It was really successful. I think it went very smooth, and all the families really enjoyed them, and they were very grateful for the backpacks and the school supplies and the little goodies that they got. So thank all the staff. Thank you, directors, for all that you did that day, and it was much appreciated, not so much for us, but really for the community. So thank you all for all that y'all did for this year, and we look forward to next year.
To touch up on that, real quick, to touch up on her comments, guys, I just want to give my thanks as well. They're getting bigger and bigger, sponsors, everybody participating. Same thing that we do for Halloween, same thing. You're starting to see a trend in San Juan. of the family and our departments coming together every single time. So just echoing it, not to make it long, but echoing on what she's saying, thank you very much to every single department, guys. You're really much appreciated. Thank you.
Anything else? If not, we'll move on. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, Mayor, on the public hearing, we have considered the first reading of an ordinance to amend Chapter 4 Business Regulations of the City of Juan's Code of Ordinances by adding Article 4.13 amusement redemption machines to ban the use and operation of such amusement redemption machines, providing for an effective date, providing for a publication, providing for codification, and providing for severability clause, and providing for a repealer clause. Mr. Tejerina?
Thank you, Mr. Arjona, Mayor, City Commissioners. This ordinance is in reference to these amusement redemption machines that we see throughout town coming into several businesses. And so I spoke to the city attorney, and they prepared this ordinance for us, and this would be to ban the use and operation of such amusement redemption machines inside the city limits of San Juan. There are some in different locations throughout the city. So it's for your consideration and discussions. If you have any questions, please let me know.
So this is an ordinance, right?
Yes, sir. This would be the first reading of the ordinance to amend Chapter 4, as Mr. Arjona read the caption, sir.
Any questions for Mr. Tejerina?
You have a lot of facilities, businesses, homes that you've received complaints on that do have these entertainment machines.
On these, recently, we've received more and more calls, and, when I go to different locations, I see them, and originally this came about several 6 months ago, and there was an individual that was promoting the sale of these machines, and I told him, we're not interested in that.
Like he came to City Hall to,
No, he sent an email, and so that's where we kind of met with the sheriff's office, and it's a legal matter, and we decided, in speaking to Mr. Arjona, and to our city attorney, to prepare this ordinance for consideration by the commission, so that we won't have these keep popping up all over throughout the city of San Juan. I know the city of Edinburgh does have a similar ordinance.
Standalone ones at the gas stations, what have you.
Yes, sir. Those are, they call them games of chance and things like that, but they're actually like 8-liners, or they're prohibited by.
Or getting anybody to trouble, with the county level, we'll go over and maybe, advise them that this is not legal here within the city. But without this, we really can't do anything. We have to be the county. The county is going to come in and shut them down and maybe arrest whoever needs to be arrested. We don't want to do that. It's just a business that may not know of the legalities of it.
So though this goes for any business, that if they even try to even come to San Juan and try to open up anything like this,
Correct, Mayor.
there's no way they can do it after this commission goes and approves this ordinance. Am I
If the
correct?
commission
Absolutely.
votes and approves it, yes, sir.
Perfect. Any other questions? If not, is there a motion to approve? Second, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mayor.
Next item is for the first public hearing, consider an ordinance adopting the budget for the city of San Juan, Texas for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2023 through September 30, 2024. Mr. Gonzalez.
Good evening, Mayor,
First
Commission.
Second read.
Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
That's okay. The budget process was initiated by the Department of Finance on April 17th. The 2023-24 budget presentation includes one-on-one budget sessions with each department director on June 22nd to June 24th. To the present, the department recommendations, the 2 budget workshops with the City Commission were held on August 24th and August 26th to present and discuss the proposed budget. This budget includes all recommendations by the City Commission and departments, and I've done some highlights, just too many to read, so if
Yeah, sure.
you have any questions.
Okay, let me go ahead and open this up at 6:19 PM. Is there anyone here for or against? For or against? Any questions for Mr. Leroy?
Mr. Leroy, on our budget, we went ahead and we are proposing the 4% pay increase
Yes, ma'am.
for all our staff across the board.
Yes,
Perfect.
that's correct.
Okay.
So, 4? Why? I mean, is there any way we could have done 5 or 6?
And it was a big, we
I
had a
don't
lot
want
of,
to put you on the spot, Mr. Leroy,
we had a lot of,
I just feel that our employees deserve to
recommend-
take a little bit more,
yes.
and I don't know if we want to go back to the drawing board and maybe increase it. That's just my take on this. I know that our budget's not final yet, till October 1st, am I correct?
You're absolutely right.
September 30th.
What's that?
September 30th.
Okay, but we're going to have a second reading down the road, right?
On the 26th, yes.
Okay, so we still got time to figure out and see, maybe we can give them another percentage or not.
Yeah. Mayor, Commissioners, we did look at several options with each of the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6. We feel that as a team, as of right now, if we look at the 4% increase, the city will be in a good position. It's not that we're going to take us in a bad position or anything like that, but it's about $150,000 more, Leroy,
Yes.
going from the 4 to the 5.
Well, I say we go back and we just revisit this item and see if we can go 5% across the board for everyone. And if you guys come back and say we can't do it, I totally respect that. But I just feel that.
I agree.
4% is, I think we need to give you guys more. You deserve it. You guys are working so hard. Obviously, everyone talks about the city of San Juan, how everyone's growing in a positive direction. And it's because of you guys. So I feel for 4% is not, nah. I think we can do a little more. So I
Mayor,
advise if
and
we
let me-
can.
Let me ask you, we're saying a little bit more, what are we looking at, 5, 6?
I would love 6, but I'll be realistic. I mean, if we can't, then 5.
Well, based on what we discussed at the budget meeting, and we're going based off of that.
Yes.
We're barely getting to the 4, right? I mean,
Yes.
based on what we could do.
Yes, sir.
We all discussed it, I know we were there and maximizing everything we can give to our employees, because we're on board, we all want that,
Exactly.
But
Looking at the table that we have here, this is something that we presented over at the workshop.
Yeah, and I
don't think it's-
apologize, I wasn't at the workshop
I don't
because
think
I
so,
had
Mayor,
to
but
work.
this is a
Yeah,
one.
I was
But
working, so.
If you'd like to do 5,
Well, no, what I'd like to do is for you guys to go back and maybe dissect this a little bit more. And if we can do 6, let's do 6. But if we can't, I totally understand, we can go with 5. But I feel that we can go a little bit higher than 4. That's
And-
just my opinion on that.
I know initially it was 3%. We were able to work in the 4, so we can go
Exactly.
back and rework those numbers
Yes.
to get the 5 or the 6.
Last
That'd
year
be
we gave-
phenomenal.
I'm sorry.
But I know we already moved up from the 3 to the 4, so if we can keep finding those numbers for the staff, that'd be great. But I know it's,
last year we did 8.
Last year, we did 8.
Yeah.
And so to come and tell me that 4, nah, I think we can do a little bit more. But we won't know till you go back to the numbers and dissect it, and,
We'll look at it.
okay? So
of course, with it not affecting any departments, okay? We're
Right.
all on board with that.
We'll take that into consideration, not to affect none of the changes that
There-
that
As long
we
as,
did here.
because you're gonna give a percentage raise, but you're gonna affect the department anyway, so it offsets. So
It shouldn't affect us,
So
Omar.
we're on board with that. Let me finish.
yeah, we should,
So, we're
But we'll do
all
that.
on board with that, Mr.
We'll
Juan.
bring it back.
Okay.
yeah.
But in reference for the first reading, we're good with the first reading?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
because anyways, we got the second reading,
Yes.
right? Okay. All right, is there a motion?
second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The next item of discussion and possible action, we have discussion and consideration toward the RFP number 23-015-08-10, City of San Juan Sergeant Leonel Trevino Sanitary Sewer Improvements Project Contract, and authorize the city manager to execute all related documents as needed to the most responsible bidder.
Mayor, members of the commission, Mr. Arjona. On July 26, 2023, and August 2nd, 2023, staff advertised in the Advance News Journal to solicit sealed proposals for RFP number 23-015-08-10, City of San Juan Sergeant Leonel Trevino Sanitary Sewer Improvements Project. On August the 2nd, a pre-bid conference was held, and a bid opening was held on August the 15th. Bids were submitted by the following: Rea Construction, OMT Utilities, McCallum Multi-Service, MJA Construction LLC, RDH Site and Concrete LLC, Science Utility Contractors, Dana General Contractors. TriMet Consultants is recommending to award RFP number 23-01508-10 to OMT Utilities with a base bid amount of $100,196, being a 2% difference from the lowest bid received. After evaluation of the submitted bids, Rea Construction was found to be the lowest bidder. All contractors were required to submit references with their bids. TriMet contacted all references and found neighboring cities like Wesco and Harlingen did not have favorable references for Rea Construction. In addition, TriMet has no previous history of working with Rea Construction on any project. Therefore, it has to rely on the references submitted by the contractors on quality and workmanship. Based on the reference check, TriMet cannot attest to a positive recommendation. The second lowest bidder is OMT Utilities and are currently working with the City of San Juan and TriMet on Tierra de Palmas Water Service upgrade constructions and have been responsive and quick to action. Should you have any questions, Mr. Martinez is here and members of TriMet Consultants.
Any questions?
I know we're working with them already, Rick, with another project, so everything's been going smoothly, they've been responsive, no issues, everything's been going as planned with OMT.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioners, Mr. Arjona, Mr. Palacios. Yes, Ricardo Salazar here with TriMet Consultants for the record. And you're correct, we are working, you asked OMT, right, about
Right.
OMT, correct. OMT was given a contract about a month ago. They successfully finished that contract in about 3 to 4 weeks. They had 60 days to finish the contract, and they overperformed, and they did quality work for the city, and we were able to finish that contract. We're in the closing stages right now with that contract. Yes.
That's fantastic.
And the reason that we gave them such a small gap was because I think the county, you all with the pairing with the county, you all gonna pave this subdivision because it's in dire need of a pavement. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, in about a month, that subdivision is gonna be paved by your forces and the counties.
Any other question? We're good, Mr. Martin?
You're good with OMT?
Going back on that, so Dana's the one that, I mean, you all called with references and stuff like that.
Yes, I have over 20 years experience doing civil engineering throughout the Rio Grande Valley, and I don't have no experience with Rea. We have been in contact with them. We've been going back and forth. They've been bidding on our projects, and finally they were a lowest bid on this project. But after reviewing the references which were provided by the contractors, we just and did our due diligence and calling the references, and the city, like the city of West Laco and also the city of Harlingen, kind of had not too good of a relationship or outcome with the contractors. So I don't know what kind of work they do. I can attest to that, but due to what I have in front of me, what the contractors were responsible to submit, and this is provided by them, I had to do my due diligence and call them up and basically, yes, correct.
So what's your recommendation?
Recommendation, since this bid is only 2% difference, that's a total of $2,249 from bidder 1 and bidder 2, which is less than 2%. We're recommending with the second lowest bidder just because we've already have experience with them. We're not saying that Rea doesn't know the construction or understands.
Can you state the name of the company on the record?
The name of the company will be OMT Utilities as the second lowest bidder, but the recommended contract.
That's your recommendation?
Yes, that's our recommendation.
Any other questions?
Mr. Martinez, everything's gone okay with OMT when you worked with them before? Mr. Martinez, everything was okay? When you worked with OMT before, everything was okay?
They just finished a contract for
And everything
them.
went smooth.
No problem. They
Good.
finished in 10 days when they had actually 60 days
60.
to complete.
Okay, good.
Yes, they actually perform very well.
You got it.
I don't know, but is OMT here?
I believe Rhea Construction is in the audience if you have questions for them.
Yeah, just go ahead and come to the podium, sir. Yes, sir. And just state your name for the record.
My name's Noe Cavazos. I'm the owner of Rea Construction.
Okay?
I've been in business for about 30 years. I have my insurances, I got my bond, and I'm foreseeing this is an easy project, just a traffic control. And it was a closed bid, but we took time to go see the project, and this is not the first one that I bid. So I would prefer if you guys give it to me, but it all depends, but I got the same thing the second bidder has, and the third. Got good machines, got my insurances, got my supplier. You give me a contract, I'll get my performance bond, and I'm ready to go. But it all depends what you guys want to do. That's why I came to the meeting.
Anything else, sir?
That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. OMT's not here, right?
OMT is not here.
No? All right,
No, sir.
all right. So is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the recommendation by
Second.
Triman.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
The next item under the agenda, Mayor Commissioners, is discussion of possible action on a variance request to not loop an 8-inch water line along the east perimeter of the proposed San Juan Oak subdivision as requested by Nain Engineering LLC. Mr. Tejeda?
Thank you, Mr. Arjona, Mayor City Commission. Regarding this subdivision, San Juan Oaks, it's a residential subdivision, 23 lots total, and it's just located north of Business 83, west of Stewart Road. The project engineer is Willie Arriata with Nain Engineering, and the proposal is, of course, they're requesting a variance to not loop an 8-inch water line along the east perimeter of the subdivision. Pursuant to the fire code and the city's design standards, all water lines have to be looped and 8-inch in order to provide fire protection. Our consulting engineer, which is for this particular subdivision, is TriMad, Mr. Salazar, and he provided me with a cost of the improvements, the differences. Originally, we met on site numerous times, Mr. Salazar, Mr. Martinez, myself, with Mr. Rafael, and Mr. Arriata on this. The original cost for the water line to go through the irrigation canal crossing was approximately $85,370 plus an additional $25,000 to $35,000 because it's 11 feet below flow line of the canal. So that was the original cost for this looping of the line. So of course that they discarded that, and then the other two options that Mr. Salazar was kind enough to provide for us is to loop the water line. Is the one cost is $39,700, and the second cost $39,700, and this other one is this is the Monday. You wanna? I'm sorry.
So let me give you a little rundown of I got some numbers that I worked on.
You're overseeing this project, Mr. Salazar?
Yes.
We have the, we have. That's the one we don't have, yes.
I just got the print. He sent it to me just recently.
So obviously, Mayor, as he's giving us this handouts, there was the original plan, which was to go under the irrigation canal. Obviously, that was a little bit kind of pricey. So Mr. Salazar, the engineer, came over with Mr. Tejerina, and they met with maybe a couple of other options. And these are the two options that they're going to be talking to you about.
For the record, Rick Salazar with TriMet Consultants, here as your city engineer. We evaluated a couple of routes with the developer on site. Like Mr. Tejerina was saying, the first one was to cross along underneath the irrigation ditch and connecting to a secondary source on the west side of the ditch. They didn't provide an estimate. We did get their numbers that they submitted to us for the pipeline. We did include some numbers based on our opinion of a probable cost for this crossing. They would have to do a bore with a 15-inch casing to be able to cross underneath the ditch. The crossing would be somewhere about 11 feet, which that entails that they're going to have some sort of dewatering mechanism in place to be able to do that crossing. That cost would run somewhere at about $85,000 with the dewatering system, somewhere around $25,000 to $35,000. That's well beyond $100,000. When we went out there on this case, so we kind of pushed this out of the way, and we told them, okay, you see the second page, let's just provide a water line from the subdivision all the way to Stewart. So that water line, so that we could have that loop, would cost somewhere around $62,480. That's running an 8-inch water line from their subdivision all the way to Stewart and connecting over there. This area does not have any fire protection. There's a couple of homes that don't have any fire protection. With this option, they could do a reimbursement, and then if they do another subdivision within 15 years, they could get those funds paid back to them. So. And then the third option, well, the other option that they submitted is, in lieu of an 8-inch looping around the perimeter of the property, let's do a 6-inch. And that was the last option that I known about. And between that option, doing the same alignment with a smaller pipe would only save them about $2,500, which is $36,960 compared to $39,700. So that's the cost of the material from going from an 8-inch to a 6-inch. Yes, you're correct, Mayor Pro Tem.
From an 8-inch to a 6-inch?
But that was the other discussion that they had that I wasn't involved, but they wanted to go from an 8-inch to a 6-inch, and the cost savings would be less than $3,000.
Mr. Garza? Yes, sir. If we go down from an 8-inch to a 6-inch, are the water hydrants going to have enough power?
It affects the gallons per minute,
Yes.
So it's more commonly known, the practice is to stick with it.
It becomes a safety issue.
Correct.
Okay.
From the initial design that they submitted was from $100,000+ to cross. We went to less than $40,000, and now we're here regarding a variance.
Now, would there be an issue as far as if you go with an 8-inch, 8-inch, would it affect any utilities around the area?
With an 8-inch.
Yeah, line. Because obviously, I mean, they're trying to request, they want to go with a 6-inch, right? I mean, I'm assuming that's what they're proposing, am I correct?
I guess the variance in front of you is to not put anything.
It's the variance is to request The purpose of this letter is to request a variance to loop the proposed 8-inch water line to the east, but with a 6-inch PVC instead of an 8-inch PVC due to conflicts with existing irrigation line, gas line, and at the southwest corner of the subdivision as originally designed. So that's the variance letter there.
Now, on this,
Yes.
did we had a student ordinance that we're gonna continue using 8-inch for the future of other subdivisions that might be around?
Mr. Chief Tirso and I discussed that whenever an ordinance had been passed, but we were not able to locate it prior to the meeting. So we'll be checking with Ms. Brenda to see if she can find that ordinance. You all may recall when that was passed, so.
No, when? That was-
We searched for it, but the system kind of throws us off sometimes, so.
Well, I mean, that should be, that's crucial.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most
So I don't know if we want to just go ahead and maybe table the item or,
Before we go there, Mayor, I just have a couple of questions. Maybe you can clarify this. Clarify or tell me, if we do the 6-inch, what are we looking at? What issues are we facing if we do the 6-inch? Any consequences? And tell me the same thing for an 8-inch. If we were to decline their request in the future and go with the 8-inch, what are we looking at in that case? I know one of the reasons we're doing 8-inch was for future growth, but I want to know the difference between the two residents, those that purchase the properties, the fire is involved as well. So can you please tell us the difference between the 6 and the 8 and how it will affect all parties involved?
The difference between the 6 and an 8, normally what the cities around you and you are asking for fire, it would be a 6-inch, I mean an 8-inch, I'm sorry. It'll be an 8-inch, it carries more volume, so when the pumpers come in and connect to that fire hydrant, the fire pumper is gonna pump the water from the pipe. And those things are so powerful that if there's no water, they're gonna compress that line. Yes, so if you have a 6-inch in the area, there's not enough water to be able to carry into the pumper. Right now you have an 8 coming in, but if something happens in that area and you have to lock that 8-inch and you have to pump from the 6-inch, that's gonna happen. Is that correct, Chief?
So number one, it's a safety in the future if there were to be, God forbid, a fire. Okay. Utility-wise, I don't know that, like I said, where this was for growth. Utility-wise, what are we looking at between the 6 and the 8, and how does that affect our overall utilities to the area?
Based on the requirements that the city has, the 8-inch will have to be installed in the area.
Has to be installed?
Yes, ma'am.
What does it currently have right now? Does it have anything currently?
Currently, they have, there's an existing 2-inch water line, but that's existing, so whenever the land got brought to the city to be subdivided, it has to be brought up to code, as far as water, sewer, storm, drainage, streets, curb and gutter, street lights, everything. So that 2-inch water line will not help at all. If a 6-inch won't assist, much less a 2-inch line. So that's.
Thank you, Mayor, Commission. My name is Rafael Mendoza. I am the developer and I'm also the contractor, one of the developers and the contractor for this subdivision. And I just wanted to mention, going back to the beginning, originally the subdivision was approved with the water system having a loop on the south side that we're gonna cross irrigation ditch. However, the original plan never called for crossing underneath the ditch. We're gonna go around it. We had an estimate for that, which with all due respect, we didn't provide any estimate for going underneath the drainage, the irrigation ditch, because that wasn't the option. Now, the main water lines where the water hydrants, the services are connected, they're already in place, they're 8-inch. But when we got to this part, to the side of the irrigation canal, we found out that we were gonna have to go through raw water crossing, a gas crossing, a fiber optic crossing, a high-pressure water crossing, and then we're gonna tap into the 8-inch water line that we were originally thinking to. Since it got complicated, the irrigation district recommended to go underneath the ditch, which will increase the prices quite a lot, because as mentioned, dewatering, boring, and also I think the city didn't want the water lines to be that deep, because we're gonna go 12, 14 feet deep. So we were exploring different options. I provided different options. Again, the subdivision originally was approved with a loop on the south side and a flush valve on the east side before we got to that 2-inch line, which has nothing to do with our subdivision. One of the proposals that was not mentioned, and I proposed, I do have an email here where it was denied, was to just swap those things, which is the flush valve on the south side and the loop on the east side. And one of the reasons was because what they call a true loop is that if we loop the water system to the same line, then we're not creating a loop at all. So looking at the city maps, I was able to find out that that water line that we're connecting to is looped through on the west side and the east side. So if we were to loop back to that line, the system will be actually looped at the very end. So I proposed that we swapped the flush valve to the south side and the loop to the east side, which would technically not affect the original design. We're just swapping two things, and we are creating the proposed loop, and we are creating the other flush valve that we have there approved already. So that was not approved. Again, I have the emails here and the layout that I did. So the reason that we wanted to propose a different alternative, another type of looping, is because we were not counting that we weren't going to be able to cross that irrigation ditch, which will make things easier for everyone. So the price increased a lot on our construction side. And looking at other options, that's why we are requesting that. One of the options was to go around the lots on the back. There is a dedicated easement proposed there with an 8-inch line. But it's not going to be the main lines. The main lines are already 8-inch, so we're proposing, we're trying to save some money, let's do a 6-inch line, which is not going to be connected to any services or any service lines at all. It's just the loop. I have a quote that I requested today with my supplier, Our Works in Edinburgh, to compare the price only on the 8-inch pipe and the 6-inch pipe. Only the pipe, not the fittings, not the labor, not the backfill, only the pipe. Right now, the 6-inch C900 DR18 PVC pipe, it costs, with the supplier, $14.84 per foot. And the 8-inch pipe, it costs, same specs, same codes, $25.44 per foot. That's over $10 a foot difference. We're talking about a little over 1,000 feet here that we need to do extra that we were in. So just on the pipe itself, it's over $10,000 in difference per foot just on the pipe. About around 1,000 feet, yes. With the proposal that the city provided to us. I still believe the original proposal that we can just swap the flush valve and the original loop to the other side will not affect the original design, will not affect the original proposed pressure, gallons, service. But that wasn't, again, that was not approved as per my request on through email, right? So I'm just asking to consider all that, and probably we can explore the first option, which again will not affect the original design. We're really trying to wrap this project up.
Were there any other comments?
Oh, yeah, I just want to make a comment on the item said not to loop it, but we want to loop it, but not with 8, with at 6.
We're proposing just to relocate the loop, not get rid of it.
Instead of 8, with a 6 to 8, that the line is not serving any.
Now, I'm sorry, my proposal to swap the flush valve and the loop, I was gonna use an 8-inch line for that swap. So not 6-inch line was gonna be used on that, proposals that I did, but it got denied by the city public utilities. I still think it's a good option, good route.
What do you think? Is that possible now, hearing with that?
The difference is 100% the same. What they provided, we went through when they provided the estimate. The first initial estimate, they're number per number, penny per penny. So that's the numbers that we're providing to you so that you could see. So what they have now, I mean, if there's a difference in pipe, is because of the time. I mean, pipe is going back and up and down.
Fluctuates.
Fluctuates, correct. So,
You gave a different price.
yeah, well, that's only for the pipe.
Okay.
That's only, the construction and everything else is still the same. What he's giving you, it's only a number for the pipe.
I'd like to see how we can mitigate this, and I don't know, I mean, this is my opinion, I mean, to see, I don't think they expected that after seeing the piping and stuff like that, right, and the drainage issue, and having to go under now.
Whatever the commission wants, we're just following what the regs that the city has. That's what we're providing to them.
Yes. There other, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember when, but there was a point to where similar to this matter was brought to us, and they were requesting a 6-inch instead of an 8, and we did approve that back then. I don't recall what subdivision, but it was a while back.
Not that I recall.
No?
Normally, it's been on lot sizes and other things, but not on the size of water or sewer, storm sewer lines.
You call anything like that? No, because it was gonna be for future growth. It's an 8-inch.
You mentioned it was original loop, you proposed consisted of the 8-inch.
8-inch. The very first proposal that I did to swap the flush valve and the loop to the east, it was gonna be all 8-inch.
Maybe we can do this because of the lack of information that is here in front of us.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Let me, if we table, let me regroup with the gentleman, and I'll be with him as well, see what would be a
Yeah,
good option
we'll
for that.
table it, and just, if you can get that copy of that ordinance
Yes,
as well.
I'll do that.
Look for it.
Right, because there's not enough information in front of us.
This time we'll,
Yeah, real quick, and did you have, I think you wanted to speak, Mr. Rodriguez? Yes, sir.
Hello, thank you for entertaining my comments, Commission Mayor. We lived here mostly all our lives, you know. We've tried to abide by every rule, law, as we possibly can here in San Juan. We bleed San Juan, right? So we come up with this idea to develop some property that our dad left us, all right? And the line that y'all have there now was only 6 years ago. It's not grandfathered, it wasn't ages or decades, or 6 years ago. Y'all dropped in a 2-inch water line. I think the development should have happened then. It shouldn't be falling on our shoulders to carry that cost. Yet we're here willing to upgrade that 2-inch line to a 6-inch, because you already have a 2-inch line. So whether we develop the land or not, You know, how is there going to be life-saving water available for this community? You know, being that, you know, they keep throwing code and code, and it's the code, and it's the code. Yeah, but there was nothing there before. Now we build a subdivision, and all of a sudden it's, well, we got to drop in this, and I understand that. Everybody has their codes. I understand that. I understand that. But when y'all developed it, when they came in and they took the easement, they asked us. Y'all came to us and asked us for help, that you needed to provide sewer, manholes, water lines to the properties that are up there by the rural, did we fight y'all? Did we hire attorneys? Did we do it? No, for the betterment of South. Hey, yes, go ahead. Do it on the backside. So you know what? We'll just let you tap into our lines. And we agreed. We didn't argue. We didn't hire an attorney. We didn't come to fight you guys. For the improvement to help someone? Yes. And here we are asking for help. And it feels like you guys are just slapping us in the face. We're not asking for much. We already came up with you with like 2 different proposals. One of them seemed pretty easy. You know, changing the flush valve up to, and then running the 8-inch, what y'all are asking for. You know, we just want to get this project finished. You understand? We've sunk everything we can into this thing, you know, and we're just, man, I'm telling you, we're at our wits' end here. So, following y'all's mercy to help us out here. And it's not like the city's benefit from 23 new.
Going out there and developing the area, we really do. But one thing I can share with you is that I know we're requesting a little bit, some information, but it's not dead in the water yet. It's not, right now, we're gonna end up tabling this item. But one thing I can tell you is, I'm willing to come back maybe early next week to decide on this item on 12 o'clock, noon, 1 o'clock, whatever.
Whatever time you need us to be here, we'll be here.
Yeah, we'll get back at this, quick, as soon as we get with Mr. Tejerina. And I know I'm willing to come in during my lunchtime just for this one item. I don't know if anybody else can join me. We need 3 of us, or 4, you know, but we'll get it done. We'll get it done soon.
Thank y'all for listening. Thank you so much.
Excuse me, I just want to add, you know that place where all the flags are at, right there on Old 83? Yes, ma'am. My husband donated all the concrete for that place, so that they could have that little park. Okay?
So much, yes.
Yeah, we like our little town.
We love our town.
Yes, no, I know you guys do.
You know,
sure.
Y'all should know this.
Oh, no.
I coached for San Juan for 20-some odd years.
Yeah.
Volunteer.
Yeah.
I did it for the city of San Juan.
We always want to help out in that.
So I need
the quicker we can get the meeting, and obviously, Mr. Tejerina, we'll run with it and see what we got to do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all for
Thank
your
you.
time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So at this time, under B, we'll just go ahead and table it. And if we can, Mr. Arjona, just move on it for them, so that way we can bring it back maybe early next, or whenever. Y'all have time, I don't know who can, maybe during, at 12 noon, and move. Yeah. Is there a motion to table? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
It's tabled. Thank you.
Next item is on the resolutions. We have consideration and action on a resolution suspending the August 23rd, 2023 effective date of the statement of intent of the Texas Gas Service Company to increase the rates within incorporated areas of its service territory. Ms. Brenda, do we have anybody here? No? So Mary, pretty much what this item is suspending what they are asking is to increase the tax rate, almost a 26% increase. So, however, this item was sent to us a little bit late, only because it was sent to the wrong person, but it doesn't mean that we cannot submit a letter stating that we're opposing of this rate increase on behalf of the city.
Any questions for Mr. Arjona? If not, is there a motion to approve? Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Next item on the consent agenda, we have item A, B, C, D, E, F, and G for your consideration. I was looking to pull any items out if you want to discuss further.
Okay, at this time, we'll, under consent agenda, is there anything we need to amend or modify? Amend or modify? If not, is there a motion to approve? So moved. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Under executive session, we have the San Juan City Commission will convene executive session according with the Texas Open Meetings Act, various Texas statutes and codes annotated, Government Code, Chapter 551 and 551071, consultation with attorney. Tonight, we have items 1 and 2 in executive session, Mayor.
Okay. At this time, is there a motion to enter executive session?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. We're entering at 6:59 PM. We're back from executive session at 7:23 PM. Is there a motion to reconvene? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Under executive session A1, I'll go ahead and make a motion as discussed in executive session.
Second.
It's been second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. And under executive session 2, I'll go ahead and make a motion as discussed in executive session.
Second.
Been second by Coach Neto. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
This meeting has been adjourned at 7:23 PM. Thank you.